Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with skyscrapers and bustling streets, there lived a young boy named Mike. Mike came from a family that was very wealthy. His father, Mr. Wilson, was a successful businessman who had investments worth millions of dollars all over the world. Now, Mike's father was a strict man. He believed in discipline and hard work. He wanted Mike to grow up to be a responsible and well-behaved young man. However, Mike's mother, Mrs. Wilson, had a different approach. She loved Mike dearly and often spoiled him with gifts and treats. As Mike grew older, he started to enjoy the privileges of his family's wealth a little too much. He would skip classes at university and instead spend his time with friends who were also from wealthy families. These friends were not the best influence on Mike. They liked to party, drink alcohol, and smoke cigarettes. Years went by in a blur of late-night parties and reckless behavior. When it was time for Mike to graduate from university, a shocking truth came to light. It turned out that Mike had never really attended classes or taken any exams. His name was nowhere to be found on the school's records. When Mr. Wilson learned about Mike's deceit, he was furious. He felt betrayed and disappointed in his son. In a fit of anger, he disowned Mike, telling him never to come near him again. Mike was devastated. He realized that he had wasted precious years and opportunities. He begged his father for forgiveness, but Mr. Wilson was firm in his decision. Left with no choice, Mike left the city and moved to another place to start afresh. With the help of his mother, who still cared deeply for him despite everything, Mike managed to get some money. He rented a small room in a less expensive part of town and found a job as a driver in a manufacturing company. Life as a driver was not easy for Mike. His boss, the production manager, was a harsh and cruel man. He seemed to take pleasure in making Mike's life difficult. One day, while at work, Mike accidentally spilled water on the production manager. Enraged, the manager hit Mike on the head with an iron rod, causing him to lose consciousness. Mike was rushed to the hospital, where he remained unconscious for several days. During this time, news of his accident reached his parents. Mrs. Wilson, deeply worried about her son, called Mr. Wilson and informed him. Upon hearing the news, Mr. Wilson's heart softened. He realized that despite Mike's mistakes, he was still his son, and he loved him dearly. He rushed to the hospital where he found Mike lying unconscious. As Mike slowly regained consciousness, he saw his father by his side. He was scared, expecting anger and disappointment. However, to his surprise, Mr. Wilson spoke to him with love and concern. He apologized for disowning Mike and expressed his regret for the harsh words he had spoken. Mike also apologized to his father, realizing the gravity of his actions. He vowed to change and make amends for his past mistakes. After being discharged from the hospital, Mike went back home with his parents. He decided to go back to school and complete his education. With the support and encouragement of his family, he studied hard and graduated with flying colors. Impressed by Mike's determination and transformation, Mr. Wilson offered him a job as the general manager of one of his companies. It was the same manufacturing company where Mike had worked as a driver. Mike accepted the offer with gratitude and humility. On his first day as the general manager, he surprised everyone in the company. They had no idea that he was the son of the owner of the company. One person who was particularly shocked was the production manager who had mistreated Mike in the past. He came to Mike's office, filled with remorse and begging for forgiveness. Now, up to you. If you were Mike, will you forgive the production manager? Though he was cruel to you, but his actions led to the event where you were forgiven. Also, you are a beneficiary of second chance. Will you give the production manager a second chance? Or will you sack him for the harsh treatment he melted on you by hitting you with an iron rod on the head, not minding if you could die as a result, and every other act of wickedness he had shown to you? We would love to hear from you. Drop your decision in the comment section and we will be glad you did. Don't also forget to like and share this video. Till next time, keep cool.